Hi, my name's Edward DiMonso. Some of you know me, some of you don't. Coming to you from the mountains, about 5,000 feet up in middle of Honduras. So I've been here for a number of years, and I've had a lot of people been asking me about helping train them or giving them exercise ideas, and it's a big process, and I don't want to keep doing it over and over and over again. So I thought, you know what? I'll put some videos out. If you want to watch them, great. If not, that's fine too. You know, in my life, in my business career, and also in exercise and fitness, I've had mentors. Mentors are a great idea. What I learned a long time ago is find the mentors that walk the walk. Okay, they don't just talk; they have results, because results are everything. Unless they have the results, I just walk away. There's a million types of workout programs you can do. They're everywhere. They're in magazines, they're on TVs. Now these days, they're all over YouTube. You can find all kinds of different ways to work out. I found I change my workouts on a regular basis. So to shock your body, shock your system, and keep things working well. So I do it all the time. I have one that I've found to be really, really successful for me, and everyone's a little bit different. But I'm gonna show you what I typically will do. Now, you have a lot of choices, and well, let me get back to the mentors. One more thing. I don't care if you're a man or a woman who's going to be watching this. It's the same workout. It's the same. You're not going to get big muscles if you're a woman. It's not going to happen. You don't have enough testosterone to make that happen. So forget that. Forget the little girly stuff. Frankly, it's stupid. All right? Years and years and thousands of experiments and millions of women have proven that's the case. And I'll give you a case in point. Excuse me. Tracy Lovelace Van Dyke. I'm not going to tell you how old she is. She has grown-up adult children. She's a grandmother. But I can tell you this, she looks super hot. If you were, and I say this out of great respect, okay? She's got a gorgeous husband, a wonderful family, but she looks nowhere near her age, half her age. She has a body that women would kill for, that men can't take their eyes off of. She's a committed person, committed to her health, committed to her. Oh, I'm going to have someone joining me here too. Hello, young lady. Now, this young lady is another great example of good fitness. She's 92 years old in dog years. Okay, she's 14. She still thinks she's like 3, but she gets good food, exercise, and she's an amazing young lady. She still thinks she can fly. Okay, I'm working right now. Okay, yes, I know. Okay, her name's Corta. So there she is. So Tracy, I'm going to be mentioning her a number of times. Tracy does the same workouts I do. Okay, she doesn't do any cute little girly stuff. She does serious workouts for serious fitness, and the results prove it works. And she is awesome. I've asked her. She said it's okay if you want to look her up on Facebook, Tracy Lovelace Van Dyke, and friend her and watch, because she started to do some training videos too, and she is totally awesome. So you watch for it. Now, she is a mentor. All right, she is a mentor. She knows what she's doing. She does it well. She does it consistently, which brings me to a point. To make anything work, to make this work, you need to be committed, and you need a 90-day commitment. If you think you're going to look like Tracy in 2 weeks, or you're going to look like me in 2 weeks, ain't going to happen. Okay. But in 90 days, if you're focused, if you work your butt off, and you're really committed to success, and you do what I say and you do what Tracy says, you don't change it, you don't modify it because maybe that's a little too hard, I don't feel like that, then you're not going to get the results. 90 days commitment, you're going to see major results. and then just keep it up for life. The first program I ever did was one called Body for Life. And I did that, I made a decision and a commitment when I was 49. Before that, I was like most guys. Went to the gym, worked out too hard, did the wrong stuff, used too many weights, got all testosterone up, and hurt myself. And so then I wouldn't go back to the gym for 2, 3, 4 months, maybe a year, and then I'd go back and I'd give it another try. And, I had variable results, which, what would you expect, right? When I was 49, I said, okay, I'm going to be 50 this year. I was never fat, okay? But I was sloppy, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that a lot. So I decided that I was going to be have a six-pack, and I was going to age gracefully. Put it that way, right? I was not going to be like your standard 50-year-old, 60, 70, 80-year-old. I was not going to be like that, okay? Because you can make a choice, and you can make a difference, and you can be what you want to be, right? Not what some preconceived notion in society or you in your head. Change that right now. You don't need that. So at 49, I decided I'm not going to turn into 50 and be a couch potato. Not going to happen. So I was kind of, if you think I'm too old to start that now, you're not. I don't care what age you are. In a few months, I'm going to be 70. Okay? I'm going to be 7 years old. What the fuck? I'm sorry, but I can't even imagine that. I can't imagine. 7 years old? That's old people. What does a 7-year-old person look like? Excuse me, sweetie, I got to work. Here, you move. Go. You can go and sit down over there. I'm sorry. Sorry for the... Go sit down somewhere. That girl. That's my girl. Okay, a 7-year-old person is, they got a pot belly, they're got skinny arms and chest, and oh man, they move slow and they're stiff, and everything hurts, and they walk, that's a 7-year-old person. Hey, folks, you don't have to be that way. How does a 20-year-old person look? How do they move? How do they act? Think about that. Visualize. If you can't visualize it, you go watch a 20-year-old or a group of 20-year-olds. How do they sit? How do they sit? They sit in a chair, like this. How do they get up out of the chair? They don't get up like that. They get up out of a chair. How do they bend over? How do they tie their shoes? They don't have to sit down to tie their shoes. They bend down, they tie their shoes like this, or they'll put it up on something and they'll tie their shoes like this, whatever, right? How do they move? They move with vitality, with energy. They move, they're loose, they're flexible. That's what a 20-year-old moves like. You can do that. Now that brings me to, it's up here. Watch, memorize how a 20-year-old looks and acts and walks. Some of you have 20-year-old kids or 20-some-year-old kids. Watch them, study them, be like them, because you can. You can. You don't have to be like an old person. Okay. Let's get down to. I wanted to talk about this first before I ever start showing you. Here's how you do a back exercise. None of that matters if you're not going to do it, or you're not going to do it right, or you don't have the right mental set, because most of it is up here. I can't tell you. Now Tracy and I have talked about this, and I've talked about this with some other people who are fairly serious about training. I always kept a log. And I think it's a really good thing to do. Keep a log, keep a diary of your workouts as you do each workout, so you can see your success, you can see your growth, okay? Now, I kept a log. And I remember one day I forgot my log. And it was like, oh man, So I'm trying to do a particular exercise and I don't remember what it was. It's not important right now. The important thing was that I didn't remember what weight I'd used. So I thought, I'm pretty sure it was whatever it was, right? So I grabbed a weight and I did my sets with the weight, and it was hard. Of course, it has to be hard or else it's useless. It was hard. When I got home, I checked my log. It was like almost 30% more weight than I'd ever used, than my maximum was before, because a lot of it's up here. You limit yourself by your thoughts. You limit yourself by what and who you think you are. Change that. You can change that now, like that. You can. Trust me, you can. I have, thousands of other people have. And they got the results to make it worthwhile. Okay. Fitness. Some people think that fitness is getting on a treadmill, and doing a nice slow jog for an hour 3 times a week. That's not fitness. I'm sorry. In fact, frankly, it's pretty well useless. All right, it's better than not doing anything, but not a lot. That's not fitness. Fitness has 3 major components. Underneath these components, the block you stand on is your diet and lifestyle. Okay, it's what you eat. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. There's a million stuff out there on YouTube and everything else, and maybe I'll talk about it if people ask me. I'll talk about it a bit. But right now, fitness has 3 components: strength, endurance, and flexibility. That's the foundation for fitness. Without all those 3, you're not fit. Sorry, you're not fit, folks. Okay? Guys particularly are horrible for missing out on number 3, on flexibility. They don't bother with that. They don't bother warming up, cooling down. I do yoga at least once a week. I know it's not very much, but I do an hour of yoga, 40 minutes to an hour. But I'll do, for my cool downs, I'll do a number of yoga moves, okay? It keeps me flexible. I haven't had a sports injury, and listen to this. I used to be hurt all the time. I used to hurt myself. And I've got sports injuries from the back that want to haunt me if I'm not careful. But I haven't had a sports injury since 49, since I decided that I was going to make that decision. I haven't had, really, that I can think of, a sports injury because I focused on warm-ups, cool-downs, which I never used to waste time in doing. And I really focused on, after workout, on stretching, okay? Stretching out those muscles. Because if you don't, you're going to hurt more the next day. And you're going to be limited by what you can do. And you're going to get injuries. Yoga is awesome. That's the number one best thing I can suggest to do. If you can do it every day, is cool. But most people don't have that much time. So I try to do my cool downs. I do 15 minutes of stretches, mostly yoga type stretches, and I'll do 1 major yoga thing a week. Okay? So I know it's not much, but it's a hell of a lot different than most people do. And I can bend over and put my hands flat on the floor. I can do stretches, spread eagle type things, greater than what my height is. Okay, so I'm 6 feet. I can do more than 6 feet. So, I can do stuff that most 25-year-old, 30-year-olds can't do, and it's not any magical thing. I'm not special. I'm not special at all. The only special thing I ever did was made the decision, and was consistent in following through with it. So, anyways, let's get back. Strength, resistance exercise, endurance, resistance exercise, and mixing it up with lower weights and more reps, and doing cardio. Okay, so cardiovascular is part of the whole thing. So there's like I said, there's no magic pill. I'll tell you what I do. All right, and obviously it's not working. All right. Okay. But seriously, I'm 7 years old. Come on. I don't know how many of you guys, that are 7 years old, look and feel. I climb mountains. I ride motorcycles. I cycle. I run up mountains. Okay. I can do stuff that most people in their 30s can't do. All right. I'm not bragging. Honest to God, I'm not bragging. I don't give a shit, okay? I only care about me and what I can do. If I can help you, that's wonderful. If I don't, no skin off my back. I'm going to continue doing what I do because guess what? It works. So, typically I'll do a warm-up. And these days, because I have a lot more time on my hands, I have the freedom out here to do a good walk. So I'll vary walking and running. Usually when I walk, I put on a backpack with weights, anywhere between 25 and 40 pounds, okay? And I do fast walk. I don't stroll. Fast walk, and I go up mountains that are about this steep, where I slide backwards a little bit. They're steep. So I do a half hour of that. It's a good cardio warm-up, even if you can just walk. And if I can't go outside for some reason, bad weather or something like that, there's you can YouTube, warm up stuff, or I can do a thing on it one day if you want me to. I can show you how to get the heart really going. You need to get your heart rate up. You need to get the blood flowing to your extremities and nurturing your muscles and moving your body before you start stressing it. All right? So that's really important. So you need to do absolute minimum of 4 minutes. Okay? If you have time, 30 is wonderful. And strolling on a treadmill is not it. Okay? You need to do some I do high impact, okay? I'm not saying you should. Maybe you got bad knees, maybe you got a bad back or something like that. Maybe you've never done any exercise. You don't want to do high impact. But there's lots of stuff you can do. You have to get the blood going. And maybe I'll do a thing on warming up. Typically, I break my workout into 3 components, okay? Alternating muscle groups. So I'll do, tomorrow, I'm going to do back and chest. So I'll do usually 3 sets of back, 3 sets of chest, and I won't do the same 3 things for back, for example. I'll do 3 different exercises. I like to mix them up. I like to hit every muscle in your body, or every muscle group in your body is a group. It's made up of a number of different muscles, and as importantly, ligaments and structures, ligaments and all kinds of supporting structures for that muscle. And if you hit them at different angles and use different types of exercises, you're gonna be a much more well-rounded person. You're not going to get injury. It's why I don't like machines. I never use machines unless I've had an injury or something, which I almost never get. Or I'm just burned out, I'm just having a really bad day, and I might use machines. Machines are very restrictive in their range of movement. And they don't utilize all the different support muscles, like shoulders, for example. Wow, that's a complex joint with so many different ligaments and tendons and things holding it all in place. And if you don't stress those and put and strengthen them, you're going to end up having injuries. You do things on one plane of movement, which is what machines do, and you can get stronger on that one plane, but then you think, okay, you're pretty strong, and you do something differently. And I'm just talking about even like working in the garden, and you do something wrong, because you think you're strong in one plane, you're going to hurt yourself. So I'll do 3 back exercises, 3 different back exercises, 3 different chest exercises. Then I'll do a cool down for 5 minutes. Now, I got other things. I talked about lifestyle. After I do my workout, and hydration, by the way, super important. You need to go through at least what I go through, the equivalent of almost 2 of these before I even start my workout. During my workout, I'll drink 1, okay? And then after my workout, I'll probably drink another one. You got to hydrate all the time. Doesn't matter about the physiology of it. You just got to trust me on this. And if you don't trust me and you don't believe me, turn this off. Never turn it on again. Don't even listen to me. I obviously have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, but if you're going to listen to me, hydrate all the time, please. So day 1, that's what I do. Day 2, I do biceps, triceps, and shoulders. All right, they're opposing muscle groups. So I'll do that, and I do the same protocol. My protocol is typically 3 sets, 3 different sets for one muscle group. Okay, and then day 3, I do legs and abs. Okay, day 4. It varies. Day 4, I'll either do a full yoga day, or I'll do a full body workout. But I'll do crazy stuff. I'll do not typical. I'll do crazy stuff, and I'll probably do a video on crazy stuff that I do. And then the next day, I'll definitely do the yoga. All right. But I try to do the yoga every 4th day if I can do it somehow. I work it in. That's pretty. Oh. So one way I'll do it, and I'll do it this way for maybe 3 different times. So 3 different chest and back days, right? And then instead of doing 3 back ones in a row, I'll do a back one and a chest one. and then a back one and a chest one, and a back one. So I'll get my 3 in, but I'll alternate between opposing muscle groups. I'll do the same for biceps. I'll do a bicep one, I'll do a tricep one, and a shoulder one, and then I'll come back and I'll do that. Really important. Some days I'll do heavy weights, low reps. Other days I'll do medium weights, sort of normal reps, 8 to 12. And then once in a while, because I'm not a real believer in it, I'll do light weights, lots of reps. The problem with that is that you're going to build up the lactic acid in your muscles before you ever stress the muscles out to a point where you're going to get any real benefit. But sometimes it's nice just to mix things up. I also will do super slows someday, and we'll talk about pacing when I get into the exercises. But some days I'll do super slows, and so then I won't do 3 sets. I'll do probably one long super slow set until exhaustion. Oh, exhaustion. Every exercise I do, and every exercise you're going to do, you do till exhaustion, okay? Until you can't do another one. You just simply can't. For you, it might be a 10-pound weight that you're doing for 12 reps. For other people, it'll be 50 pounds. That's not important. What's important is that you do it for the number of reps I'm going to suggest to you and recommend until failure, till you simply cannot possibly do another one, which mostly is up here, by the way, remember, but until failure. All your exercises you do until failure. Typically, I'm going to start off doing 8 to 12 reps. So the maximum you can do, the maximum weight or the maximum number you can do in 8 to 12 reps. This is important. I'm in the jungle, okay? I'm in the mountains, in the forest. I have no gym. So everything I'm doing is pretty well body weight. I'm going to use weird contraptions, weird things that I have lying around. There's no excuse. You can't go to the gym, no big deal. I'm going to do a lot of body weight stuff, and I do have a few weights. They're not very heavy for me, but I can. You've got to get creative, okay? Pull-ups. When you're doing bands, okay? Everybody's got bands. If you don't have bands, go out and buy them. They're like cheap, like $8 or something like that for a set of bands. They're light, medium, and strong. They lie. Light is for baby stuff. I mean, I don't care how weak you are. Light is too light. I use 3 strong bands together. All right. So, but buy some bands. I'll show you some exercises with bands when we do them. So. For weights, you can use, this is maybe a good example. Plastic drink bottle, just the bottles you buy with water or juice or something like that. Juice jugs, Javex bottles, bleach bottles, anything. The big water bottles, if you're strong enough, the big 5-gallon ones. Anything like that. Fill it with water. Sand is heavier. I prefer sand. Fill them. Use them. Tin soup cans if you're really, really weak and starting in horrible shape. Any kind of cans out of the cupboard. You got a little time. You got the rest of today or whenever you're going to start this to get some of that together. And smaller ones, bigger ones, bigger ones, bigger ones. Work it up, because believe me, you stick with this and your weights will increase. Your strength will increase. Your endurance, your flexibility, all of that will increase. And beyond where you even imagine today that you can be, it will increase. Okay, so I'm looking forward to doing these. I'm sorry to talk so much, but unless we have this little fireside chat, unless you understand some basics, you understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going to. If you're not willing to commit, then okay, that's fine. Piddle around with it. And that's fine. I don't give a damn. But don't expect real results. You'll feel a little bit better. You can't help it. You'll feel a little bit better. That's all good, But if you really want to change your body, if you want to change your health, if you want to be young for a very long, long, long time, do what I'm telling you to do. I mean, you won't believe the difference. You won't believe the difference. And every single one of you are capable of doing it. You are. Believe me, you are. Believe me, trust me. You can do it. You watch Tracy. You see what she does. That girl rocks. I mean, you look at her. If you're a woman, you look at her. If you're a man, you won't keep up to her. I guarantee it. Unless you're really super fit, you won't come close to keeping up with her. She is one strong bitch. And I say that with love. She really is. She'd kick your ass. She's incredible. But it didn't happen overnight, you know? She's committed. So she eats well. By the way, both Tracy and I do keto. I don't believe in diets. Diets suck. None of them work. Keto is the only one I've ever seen that I would have any confidence at all. And I really enjoy it, and it works well for Tracy. It works well for me. Any diet you pick, grapefruit diet, the egg diet, I mean, I don't know. You pick any kind of a fad diet you want. If you have some kind of a family get-together or class reunion coming up in 30 days, and you want to look a little bit better in your outfit, go on some of those crash diets. They're fine. But you can't keep it up. You can't keep eating grapefruit for the next 10 years. It's not going to work. So all these crash diets, I don't care what you do. When you change your diet drastically, you shock your body. When you limit your calories, you shock your body. You're going to lose weight. All of them will work for that. But none of them are sustainable. And all of them you're going to bounce back, and you'll probably gain more weight because you've been deprived. So you're going to gain more weight than what, and be worse than when you started. So forget the stupid diets, okay? Forget the stupid diets. Eat properly. If you don't want to do the keto thing, just balance your diet with an equal amount of carbs and high quality protein, high quality carbs, high quality protein, and lots of veggies and fruit. Easy on the fruit because fruit's high in sugar. So, but fruit's good for you, you know. So get your carbs from good sources, lean and mean. Cut your fats down. High quality fats, avocado, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, stuff like that. That's all good fats. If you go to keto, I'm not going to talk about keto. There's thousands of stuff. Go to a starter YouTube in keto, and they'll tell you what to do. And it's simple. You need carbs for energy. Pardon me. You need something for energy. Protein is not a good energy source. It's very good for rebuilding muscle tissue and fiber and stuff like that. But carbs give you energy, but they're not a clean burning and effective source of energy. Fats are much better. You can't have carbs and fats together because you're going to get fat. Okay, you're going to get fat and sluggish. So you do one or the other. So that's what keto's about in a nutshell. They just replace carbs with high quality fats, and you still eat carbs, but you don't eat like French fries and potatoes and junk food or anything like that. Breads they're a curse, man. Any kind of wheat-based stuff. So, anyways, I'm not going to talk much more about food than that, but you're not going to get lean and mean unless you eat properly. So that's the first thing, and then diet and exercise. So. Okay, so I'm going to shut up, and if you have any comments, you want to write me on it. If I get enough of them, I'll try to answer a few. Otherwise, just watch what's going to happen, and then and if I like doing them because I'm not doing this for money, I'm not doing this for any reason. I have no reason whatsoever in hell to do this, except I have extra time on my hands now, and Tracy asked me to do it, and I love and respect the lady, and so and other people have asked me and friends and stuff. So I'm going to do this. It's out there. If you want to, great. If you don't, that's up to you. Here, Corda, come here. Say goodbye. Okay, Corda's going to say goodbye for now. We're checking out. Hey, baby. Mwah. All right. Talk to you later.